told you.
Hey, glad you came back. Hey, today we're making some shrimp risotto, right? Just in the mood for some risotto. You know I always have some shrimp on hand. So we put it together. I hope you enjoy this. It tastes great. It's unbelievably simple if you think about it. This is what we're doing. It's delicious. Look at this. I know you saw the thumbnail. Let's get to it. Hey, this is Shrashira. That's the best elevator music I ever heard. Okay, so now for the rice. All right, we want to take care of the rice first. You can do this ahead of time. I recommend you do. What we're going to do, we've already washed the rice. In this case, I'm using 1 cup of our boreal rice, right? It's a good rice for risotto. A boreal rice, you're using 1 cup. Even though the servings say, it's 1/4 cup dry per person. No. 1 cup will hook up 2 people quite nicely. Now, when I plate it, there'll be some leftovers, so there's gonna be some bigger plates, but the plating is gonna be a smaller plating for the video. But what we're actually gonna eat and grub on is gonna be much larger. Okay, so what we're gonna do, behind me, I have some vegetable broth, right, coming to a boil, and we're going to add this washed rice into the broth, and we're going to let it boil for about 8 minutes. Okay, we're going to parboil it. Okay, and once it hits the 8-minute mark, we're going to drain it, and we're going to put it onto a greased baking sheet. Okay, if you don't do it that way and you do it the old school way, by just putting it in the pan and just adding your liquid to it as you go, you're looking at about 25 to 35 minutes of constant adding liquid and broth and stirring it up. Okay, we're not doing that. Okay, doing it this way, your risotto is going to be done between 5 and 7 minutes. Right, so keep that in mind. Work smarter, not harder. Here we go. Okay, so our broth has come to a boil here. Now we're going to add our rice carefully. Don't want to splash yourself. All right, get it all in there. Now we just want to stir this up. And let this go for about 8 minutes. And then we're going to drain it. And then I'll show you what we do next. All right, now you might be asking, why would I boil the rice in broth, whether it be vegetable broth, chicken broth, beef broth? Why would I do that? Okay, knowing I'm going to be draining it or straining it afterwards. Well, the reason is simple. As the rice is starting to cook, it's going to absorb those flavors, right? So whatever stock you put in there, that rice, a lot of that flavor is going to impart into that rice. Little secret. So that's what you want, right? So people may ask, why does this rice taste different than normal rice? It's because of the way you prepared it. So if you're going to do it, let's do it right. Let's make it flavorful. All right, so the rice has been drained. It's not fully cooked, just part cooked. We got a baking sheet here. We're just going to spray it with some oil here. I'm using this butter, right? It's fine. Using a little Pam. Now we want to take our rice and you want to put it on the baking sheet, okay? Get it all out of the colander. Whatever strainer you're using. And you want to just spread it out. Now, this is just 1 cup of rice, so you see how much it made. But we want to spread it out so it can cool. Now after about 20 minutes of cooling, you can put this in the refrigerator, cover it of course, put it in the refrigerator till it's time for you to cook. And there we go. So now we're going to wait 20 minutes and it's going to go in the fridge till it's time for us to cook. And I will see you when it's time to cook. Okay, so what we have here, we have 2 cloves of minced garlic, a couple tablespoons of olive oil, about a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper, right? 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay, we have 4 16, 20 count shrimp. If you watch my videos, you know that means for every pound of shrimp, there's 16 to 20 of them in there. And I left the tails on, but I took the shells off. Here, we have 6 more additional shrimp that I've just cut up. We have 1 large scallion, 1 large shallot that I've cut up. I have a 1/4 cup of white cooking wine, about a 1/2 cup Parmesan cheese, and 2 cups of vegetable broth. And then of course we have our rice from earlier. It's nice and chilled. We've taken it out of the refrigerator. So now the first thing we're going to do is get this broth boiling so we can start working on the other ingredients. Now you see we have our vegetable stock back here. We're warming up, getting to the boil. We're going to add some of our olive oil into the pan here so we can saute our vegetables. Going to add our shallots. Those in. Our garlic. Okay. And what we're doing right now, we're flavoring the oil, you see? Now we're going to start adding the rice. So the rice, just take your time, add it in. Now what you're trying to do is get everything mixed up, make sure the rice is coated with oil. You don't need a lot of oil, you're not deep frying the rice, you see. And at this point, if the rice has been in the refrigerator, you're also starting to warm it back up as well. So I don't know if you can tell, our broth is starting to percolate there in the back. We're going to need that here in a minute. Okay, now we're going to take our cooking wine and add to the rice. I'm going to add the cooking wine. Okay, now at this point, I'm going to start adding the vegetable stock. Three ladles to start. So we can finish cooking the rice, you see. And you want to keep stirring this because you don't want the rice to stick. But you want this to keep going until most of your liquid is gone, and then you add more. So let me do this, and I'll be right back. All right, now what I've done, I've moved the rice off to the side for just a moment. Add the remaining oil into this pot, because we're going to work on the shrimp. Add the shrimp in, the cut up pieces. As well as the whole pieces. Season with a little bit of salt and pepper. Now it doesn't take long to cook shrimp. You're looking at what? 90 seconds per side? For this size shrimp anyway. You don't need any more than that. And then plus, we're going to be adding these smaller pieces of shrimp back to the risotto. So I'll be back with these already. Alright, it's time to take these shrimp off. Take these little guys off. The bigger guys get a couple more seconds here. Alright, now back to the risotto. Alright. These guys going here. And I want this risotto, because of the way I'm plating it, I want it to be a little stiff. I don't want it to be very watery. And our shrimp pieces, not the whole ones, not right now. More broth. Turn the broth off, we don't need that anymore. Now we're going to add our Parmesan. Salt, not too much because you know the cheese is salty. Pepper. This mixed up. Now we're going to add our butter. Butter goes in. Turn the heat off. Nice, cheesy, rich. Shrimp throughout. Now let's get ready to plate it up. Let's get this plated up. A little bit of our carrot puree, and our sauce, put it around the edge. With the green sauce in the middle. On shrimp. Shrimp goes right on top. Kind of crossing each other. Like so. Some greenage. Gonna give it a little bit of carrot. Just a little drizzle of carrot here, a little wrap. All right, there we go. See what we got. All right, so here we have it. We have our shrimp risotto with the carrot puree. We also have a sweet carrot sauce around the edge, as well as a zucchini cucumber sauce as a garnish around the edge. If you like this, hey, try it out yourself. Give me a thumbs up. Hey, put some comments down below. Let me know what you think. If you're not part of the Peanut Gallery, hey, hit subscribe, right? Hit the notification bell. Hey, we have room for you. And you know we'll leave the light on for you. So come on in. If we're not connected on Instagram, hey, go to Instagram, put my name in, look for the Gray Cat, and let's connect. And if you can, share me out. I appreciate it so much. That being said, this Shrashira, because I'm about to eat some shrimp.